welcome to the show. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey guys. So let's double check everything is looking okay. The sound is good. The video is good. So I want to say thank you everyone for joining today. I really truly appreciate you. Saturday night party. And the reason I'm doing another Saturday night party tonight is because tomorrow I'm going to sleep in. I don't have to work in the morning, and getting up early in the morning is, unless I have a class, there's really no reason for me to wake up. So I'm going to take a rest tomorrow, and because I've had a really busy week. So I want to sleep in tomorrow. So I'm going to do the late night show tonight, and hope you guys enjoy it. I want to say thank you to every single one of you who is liking, sharing, commenting. Okay, I truly, truly appreciate it on all the videos. I see you guys watching, okay, and I even see you watching tonight. So please, if you're watching after the fact, comment down below. Let me know what you think, what you want to hear, what you want me to talk about. Today we're going to just hang out and talk about living life, what's going on, you know, what's going to be happening in the next short time here in Sri Lanka. I got some news, politics, economic news, things like that. I want to say a special shout out to Darren. Thank you so much, brother. I got your email, but I was out and about in town today, so I didn't have time to reply. I want to read your email because it's a nice, interesting topic you're talking about, and I want to reply to it, and I'll reply back to that tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking the time, brother, to comment. Looking forward to seeing you. I think you're probably going to come in November or December, I think. Terry, you're coming in August, so I hope to see you soon too, all right? First off, let's pour ourselves a little drinky poo. It is Saturday night, right? It is Saturday night. Saturday night. Local time is 8 p.m. So we're gonna have a little gin and tonic. There's my gin. There's my tonic. Oh yeah, baby. Gin tonics. Ah, yummy, yummy, yummy. I bought a little tiny bottle, a Mickey of drink, and I finished it already. I'm 2 drinks in for tonight. Yeah, Saturday night, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, it has been a good week. Week went by like that. Only 30 days left till my vacation. I'm so looking forward to that. I talked with Lady Sarah yesterday, and she is super excited. Super excited. Really looking forward to that trip. I cannot wait. The next 2 weeks are going to be crazy because I'm going to start to get into vacation mode. And, you know, I'm going to be starting to organize my packing and the different things I'm going to be taking. Now, it turns out I'm probably not going to work because during the holiday, I technically only have 1 class because one of the days that I have a class in the morning is a holiday. So, you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 classes technically, maybe technically 5 classes. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not going to teach. I'm going to just say, you know what? I'm going to take the week off. I'm not going to teach. So because of that, there's no real reason for me to take the extra screens that I took. Now, I'm probably going to take 1. I bought these portable monitors because I like to have real estate. Now, the reason I need to take my laptop is because, number 1, I need a laptop just in case I need to do things. I mean, I have my phone, but I prefer my laptop. Number 2, I need to edit and publish videos. So I'm going to do that and get those, you know, ready. I can't store everything on my phone. I need to edit on the go. So, oops, what did I just do here? Ah, jeez, I gotta plug that back in. Crap. I just edited a video today. Forgot I gotta make sure that that is plugged in. All right, so yeah, if you guys are on board today, I see you there. If you're on board today, please comment below. Let me know where you're watching from, and we can hang out and chat, and talk about what is going on in the world today. All right, let's take a quick look and do some housekeeping here. Did I export that? Yes, I did export that, so I don't need that anymore. Okay. Shut that down, move that file. So basically what I'm doing is I have my Insta360 video files, and I move them onto the computer and I edit them. So I did a video earlier today, and I was just moving the files onto the computer and getting ready for the live stream. So that's what I'm finishing up now, because I like to get my videos edited at night, because I have to. I think I've talked about this before. I have to upload and download them onto a tool that I use, a smart tool. Excuse me. And a web-based editing tool that I use that I find really easy to use. VEED.io. VDO. All right, and it's really a cool tool. I pay a little bit of money for it, and God, it's hot today. And because my files are so huge, like my video files are, 8 to 10 gigabytes, 1 gigabyte per minute of video. So because I record in 4K, and with the 360 camera, the files are huge. So to upload that and then download it and then upload it again to YouTube, that's a lot of data, and I have a limited amount of data. So from midnight till 7 a.m. Sri Lankan time, I have unlimited internet. It doesn't go against my data cap. I have 1 terabyte a month, which is about 33 gigabytes a day. One video of my YouTube, upload, download, upload. So I have to upload it to the tool, download it from the tool, and then upload it to YouTube. That's 90 gigabytes, 50 to 90 gigabytes. I'd be done my data cap in 10 videos. I put up 12 videos a week, a month. I put up 12 videos a month. So that's why I do my uploads and downloads at night or early in the morning, because I wake up local time around 3, 4, 5 a.m. because that is 3 hours behind the time in South Korea. So if I have an 8 a.m. class in South Korea, it's 5 a.m. here in Sri Lanka. So while I'm having that class, I upload and take care of my videos. So because it's before 7 a.m. Drink your poo. I love it. So I also want to say a quick shout out to Lady B from Toronto and Mama Helen. I hope you guys are taking the time to watch this after the fact. Hope you're enjoying your day. I want to say thanks for the Netflix. Mom is loving the Netflix. Thank you so much. What else is going on? So today, it's Saturday night here in Colombo. And we went to we went out today because I had no classes today and I have no classes tomorrow. So I have a weekend off. So I wanted to get out of the house and take Dad for a walk, get him moving around. And we went to visit my aunt, my mom's eldest sister. You guys have seen her before, Auntie Rita. She's 90 years old. And so we, it's coming towards the end, so we want to spend as much time with her as possible. And so we went to go see her and my cousin. And then we went for a walk at Havelock City. That was crazy busy today. That's the new shopping mall. It was really busy. And then we went to at this. I got like commercials pushed to me on Instagram or Facebook for a restaurant. These little boutique restaurants. So we went to this place. It was a barbecue shack or a little barbecue shop. So they had barbecue sausages, barbecue chicken, barbecue pork. So we went there and we had a platter. And it was really nice. It was it wasn't the best in the world. I've had better. But for what we ate, let's take a quick look at this. If you guys are on my Facebook, you'll see that. You want to join me on my Facebook at Sri Lankan Sammi. Let's see. How do I share this? There we go. There, that's what we had. So what we see here is with the pork sausage and bratwurst, chicken, pork chops, rice, potatoes, sides, and garlic bread. So all of this, plus 4 sodas, they don't have alcohol, 4 sodas, was 18,000 rupees, which is about just over $55-60. That's with the service charge and tax, 18,000. And this is called the Grill by Doctor's Kitchen. It's a barbecue restaurant. It's really nice. It's near Cinnamon Red Hotel in Colombo 3. It's really nice. The pork was a little bit thin and a little bit on the hard side, but the chicken was delicious. The chicken was amazing. So this was a nice nice dinner. I took Mom and Dad out for that. What else? So we took Mom and Dad out there. They had a fun time. They enjoyed it. When Dad enjoyed Havelock City, we went walking around. What else? Oh, we went to a new coffee shop on the way home. This new place called Barista. So supposedly this is a huge coffee shop in Sri Lanka. And I picked up a couple of coffees. I mean, I have coffee here, but I wanted to try their coffee. And I got an Americano, and Mom and Dad got their cappuccino, which is what they normally have. So we did that, and then I came home. So we spent the whole day out. I mean, it's what is it? 8 p.m. now. We left home at 1 o'clock. So we were out for 7 hours. It was a good day out. Tired now. Tired. So I'm going to hang out with you guys for a couple hours. I'm going to chat. I'm going to talk. I'm going to hang out. Hopefully you guys are going to join me and say hi. Let's see what else is going on. So next week, the videos that are going up on Monday, buying US dollars in Sri Lanka, like what's the process? Because you can't just go and buy US dollars. There's a whole big bureaucratic process. So you have to go to the bank, and if it's small funds like $100 US, I think they can do it right away. But I have to take out thousands of US dollars, so I have to order it from the central bank. So it comes to my branch, so that 48 hours type of thing. So even though it's 30 days out for my trip, I set out the money's there. I'm going to take it out today and have it. So I'm going to take that money out on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's coming on Tuesday, he said. And I also ordered $100, 100 US in Thai baht. I don't need it, but it's nice to have. When I land at the airport, there's no issues. I don't have to worry about anything until I get to the hotel. And then and then I can do that. The thing is I always go on the basis of contingency. What if I lose my bank card? What if my bank card demagnetizes? What if the ATMs aren't working? Now, I've had it happen once, where I went to Incheon, to Paradise City Hotel, and I didn't have a credit card at that time. And I needed cash, and I said, I was going to do it at the hotel. Normally, I would have taken the cash with me locally. But, I said, I'll do it at the hotel. There's ATMs there. And I went, card's not working, got demagnetized. So, luckily, my friend lent me a little bit of money, and I won a huge amount at the casino there that weekend. So I was able to pay for things. Now, did I have a credit card? Yeah, but I couldn't. I did have a credit card. But my credit card is restricted from cash advances for security purposes. So I never will take a cash advance, even in an emergency. I do contingency, so there's no issue. So going on this vacation, I'm taking cash with me. I'm taking my credit card. I'm taking my bank card. But if the bank card doesn't work, the credit card doesn't work, I have the cash. If for some reason I can't get to a money exchanger, I have Thai baht with me. So all of these things are contingency plans set up to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Backup of a backup of a backup. I like to be prepared. So going to the bank and buying US dollars, we had to, you guys will see that video on Monday. Basically, you have to order it. And then when you go to the bank, you have to show your passport, your ID, and the ticket. Because they have to, and I have to actually email them the ticket. Because they need to prove to the bank why I'm taking out this money. To the central bank, to the government, why I'm asking for this money. Now, I can argue that I imported the money, so I'm not buying US dollars with Sri Lankan money. I am withdrawing my own US dollars that I imported into the country. I could argue that, but I'm not one to fight it, so I just said, forget it, whatever, let's go, let's go. So, I forgot to take my vitamins today. Let's take that. So I take one vitamin, one amino acid, and cholesterol. I'm down to 3. I'll probably be down to 2 eventually. I want to get off of all my medication. But the thing is that I have these pills that I paid for. I might as well finish them up. I had some other pills. I didn't want to take them anymore. They were really not working for me. I felt bad, so I gave them away. It was like my prostate. I didn't need it anymore, so I gave them away. I gave them back to the pharmacy. They don't buy them back, but I mean, it didn't cost me a lot. But it was a large amount, and enough that I wanted to donate it and give it to someone who could use it. So the pharmacist who we know in our local pharmacy said he'll give it to a person who needs it. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the process of getting the US dollars, and then I also talked to mom about this little banking snafu that she had a couple months ago. So she goes to the ATM, which is something she does all the time. She uses her Canadian debit card in the Sri Lankan ATM to withdraw money from her Canadian bank account in Sri Lankan rupees to spend here. Her fees are minimal because she has a staff account, or fees are zero, and she gets a premium rate on the exchange and everything because she's former staff. So for life, she gets discounts. And she doesn't mind paying a few fees or what have you, you know. She doesn't care for the convenience. But then what happened was that she uses the bank machine at our local branch, the ATM, on a weekend, and no money comes out. She doesn't get a receipt or anything. So she's like, okay. She cancels the transaction, goes to another machine, and money comes out. She goes home and she checks, and there were 2 withdrawals. The money actually twice landed in Sri Lanka. So the following day, she goes to the bank, to her branch, and shows them the receipts, and they do their little check, and she goes, oh yeah, we see that one of the money was dispensed to you and one was not. So we need to send this to the head office to get it corrected. Now the head office says, oh, well, this is Canadian, you need to call your bank in Canada and blah, blah, blah. And they're giving her the runaround. So that was 2 months ago. It's still not resolved. So yesterday she's talking to not the branch, but the head office, the dispute center, and they said, well, call your bank in Canada and tell them this. She calls the bank in Canada. They say, we can't do anything. The money was sent. The money is sitting in a bank account in Sri Lanka. We can't do anything. We can't return it. We can't do anything. They have the money. So she has to, now she's going to go on Monday or Tuesday, she's going to go to the head office and speak to someone. And that's what I was telling my cousin is, you know, basically in this country, and I talked about this, about customer service, the perfunctory people that you deal with in this country will not take accountability. They won't go the extra mile. They're just, oh, for an account, okay, we can't do that. They don't think. They just react, right? And then one of the guys, mom told me, one of the guys asked her, oh, what is the passport number you used to open this account in Canada? And she goes, this account is 45 years old. How do I remember what passport number? 1. Number 2, we don't use passports to open bank accounts in Canada. You just need your ID. And I don't remember what that was. Oh, okay, well, you need to call them and tell them this, and this. They're just bureaucrats just checking off boxes, right? They don't know. You basically have to go into this place, grab the bugger by the throat, and tell them this is what you have to do. So that's what she's going to do. I mean, I even had it with getting my driver's license. You guys will watch that video today or yesterday. Getting my driver's license, you know, my glasses sit like this, but they have to sit a little higher. The lenses work better like this. So I was holding it like this, and the woman is saying, the doctor for my eye test, saying, no, you have to let your hand go. I said, no. I'm ordering new glasses so that my lenses will sit properly. This is how I'll be driving. The lenses are frames are coming tomorrow. I just got these frames because I broke my frames. And I said, no, this is how my glasses will sit. This is how I will drive. If I do like this, I can't see. If I do like this, then I can see properly. These are corrective lenses, and this is how they correct my vision. So I had to argue with her. Otherwise, I would have failed the eye test, which is what happened 2 years ago. So I argued, and I said, no, this is how my glasses, and then they gave up. They don't argue with you. They're just trying to follow the rules, right? And then because I was arguing with her, my blood pressure went up, and she had to take my blood pressure, asking me if I have any conditions. I said, no, This time I'm not going to offer, oh, you know, I have hypertension and I have the, no. I just, no, I'm healthy. I had my tests with the doctor, my annual checkup 3 months ago, and I'm healthy. No conditions. They don't know. They don't care. They're just checking the boxes. Again, bureaucrats. So mom had this little issue, so you guys will hear about that, or you will hear about that on Monday. Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about the new savings plans that are occurring in Sri Lanka and what the interest rate is going at right now and things like that. I mean, interest rates have fallen, but I spoke with Darren about this, and I spoke with Darren. Darren told me that he believes that, and I agree because I see this happening. Right now, inflation is down to single digits, like 5%, I think, 7%. It used to be 80%. Interest rates are down to like 8%, 8%. Used to be 25%. The Sri Lankan rupee is 305. It used to be 340. 2 years ago it was 200, before the financial crisis. So things have gotten in control. There's no more, you know, gas prices have come down, food prices have come down, but it's still higher than it was 2 years ago, obviously. And finding things in Sri Lanka is impossible. You cannot, there's, you know, some medicines you still can't get, some things you still cannot get. So what I agree with, what Darren is saying, what other people are saying, is over the last 2 years, Sri Lanka has not had to pay any money to its debt. So all of those funds are sitting in the bank account in the central bank, and it's growing. But once the IMF deal is finalized and the debt repayment plans are implemented next year, that money is going to be going out. And Sri Lanka government is going to have to buy US dollars and ship it overseas to pay this debt. So that's going to put a strain on the reserves, which means that it's going to push the dollar rate up. The rupee will go up, which means interest rates will go up, which means inflation. So it's not going to be like it was 2 years ago. We're not going to get 70% inflation, 80% inflation, and 25% interest rate. But the interest rates are going to go up. I agree with that. So I'm only putting my money that I'm bringing in every month, I'm only putting in for short term, 3 months, 6 months. Because I feel, and I agree with Darren when he says that, this is going to put a strain on the economy moving forward. So, let me just check something. Yeah, so that's going to happen. So I'm going to be talking about that on Wednesday. On Friday, I'm going to talk about online shopping in Sri Lanka. The difference between AliExpress and Daraz. Now, here's something interesting. Monday and Wednesday, I used Zoom application to record my video. But I find that the Zoom is not that good. The video is not that clear. Second of all, my camera is only a 2K camera. As you can see, the video is not that good. So on Friday's video, I used OBS Studio, which is a lot cleaner, a lot more, the video is a lot better. I hope you like it. And what I finally decided to do was order a 4K web camera. Now, the camera on my laptop won't work because it's not in the right position, right? I have a little mobile camera right here. Now, it's done me okay for Zoom classes and stuff like that, but for recording videos for you guys, as you can see, it's not that good, right? So, and I'm using a green screen, and I'm not using it correctly. Let me see if I can fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, but see what happens here is that on the bottom, my green screen is not 100%, right? So you can still see like edges. I need a bigger green screen. Well, if you guys don't mind that, that's what I'll do. But you see, I'm so low on the camera. Maybe we'll do that. Ignore the edges. ignore these edges. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Let's do that. I don't like being a floating head. I'd like to have shoulders in my view. Yeah. It is hot. Like, it is really hot today. It's like, what are we at now? 8:30 p.m. and it's still 29 degrees Celsius. It is still hot. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. You had a good week, and I hope the weekend is going well for you. Tomorrow, I plan on cleaning. I need to clean the room. It's all dusty in here. And I'm going to test my laptop with my new screens. So I ordered a bunch of stuff from AliExpress and from Dara's. Hopefully those come in the next week or so. What else did I get? I think I showed you guys those new. You'll see in the videos coming this week the new car mount that I got. So it's a slider. It slides into the sun visor and holds my Insta360, so that I can just talk like this without holding the Insta360, which gets really tiring after a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna be. What else did I get? I ordered a new microphone, because as I said, the mics I have are just no good. The quality isn't. I'm not happy with the quality, and I want to improve the quality of the videos. That's why I'm trying to improve on my video editing. I'm trying to improve on the quality of the camera, the quality of the sound, so that you guys can enjoy without being annoyed with the sound or stuff like that. So, and you know, I'm spending money on this. So if you guys want to support and help me out with that, just watch a commercial. Passively, just watch a commercial all the way through, and then click the link of the commercial. That way, I get ad revenue, because my channel is monetized. So that will truly help me. If you want to really support the channel further, you can click the link on the main channel and buy me a coconut. That will help support me going out and buying fruits and vegetables from the local vendors and supporting the local economy. And that's what I'm doing with that. If you want to, I'm not asking, but if you want to support a family, what I'm doing with Mom, we are on our own. We are sponsoring families, students to go to school. We're providing them with book bags, shoes, pencils, paper, those kinds of things, so that they can go to school. So I have school supplies. So we just did a boy 3 hours away from a charity which we have vetted. Mom's friend runs this charity with a local policewoman, so that there's no hanky-panky, there's nothing going on. And Terry is supporting us. Thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate that support. He's given not even a lot to you and I, and that will go for 1 year for a student. Shoes, a book bag, a lunchbox, a water bottle, and pencils and paper. For a year is like $50 Canadian dollars. That's insane. I mean, I spent that on dinner tonight. So, that's the thing. I was talking to Mom about that, is that, I don't, I don't, what's the right word to say? I mean, I'm not super rich, but I'm middle class, upper middle class. I don't have any debt. I make great money for what I do, but I don't have any spending. I mean, barely any spending here in Sri Lanka because the house is ours. We have the electricity, which is nothing now because of solar power, water. Okay, we get water delivered, which is like $5 a bottle. Electricity is powered by solar. We cut our electricity bill by almost 60% by using the solar power, and we're increasing the solar power. We're getting another battery, high density battery to store more power. Because right now we run from probably 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. purely on solar power. No electricity from the government. It's only the electricity at night and in the early morning. And that's mostly me because I'm up late playing video games and then up early working. So, I mean, these computers take a lot of power. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 fans running. I don't use the aircon. So then I think about this and I think, I spent, 60 Canadian dollars, 50 US dollars today on dinner. And that's a huge amount of money to a local. And I'm thinking, how can they survive on this little money? It's a cat. And it's mind-boggling how little the poor here survive on. And I don't know how they can do it because, I've never had to experience it, but it's really, really heart-wrenching to think about it, what these people go through. But you can't help everyone. You can't. You can only help 1 or 2 people at a time and do the best that you can. So that's what we're trying to do here. So if you want to support that, please, thank you. We will make sure that it goes to the right people, okay? We're going to try to help where we can. We can't help everyone. We can't do everything everywhere, but we'll do what we can. Hey, yesterday or day before, I saw a firefly, a lightning bug, in my room. I took a picture of it. It was so cool. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? And I see this big green glowing bug. It was about this big. And I grabbed my phone and took a picture. I couldn't figure out how to take a picture because it was pitch black. It was like, late at night. I felt something on my head and I brushed it and then I opened my eyes and I look and there I see this glowing thing. I have to put the mosquito net up soon. What else? What else is going on? Let's see. Getting ready for the trip. What are we going to talk about next week? Next week, let's take a look at I'm going to talk about the IMF, not next week, in 2 weeks, the IMF update. We're going to update what's going on with the IMF, what's happened, what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about the places I've lived and what I think about each place, the different countries. I've lived in 10 countries in my life. And recently, in the last 15 years, I've lived in 4. So I'm going to talk about those recently and in my opinions about the past, what I think about it. I'm going to update the food prices because I think that's important. You guys are always asking, what is the cost of living here? What should I expect? What can I get? So we're gonna go into a little bit more detail. Normally I just scan through what the prices are, but we're gonna do an in-depth analysis. So that's in 2 weeks, and then after that I have another few. It's like, what scams are occurring in life, and how can you avoid them? I mean, in Sri Lanka, it's every week is a new one. A lot of people ask me about my single life and why I'm not married. I have Sri Lankans asking me, why aren't you getting married at 55? I said, I'm 55. They said, that's fine. Why aren't you getting married? And I'll talk about that. And I think a funny one, I think you guys will like this one, is why do I still play video games like a teenager? And I'm talking about, I'm serious about my video games, like deadly serious. You want to see what I'm playing? Like this is insane. Let's see. This is what I'm currently playing. So we got Age of Empires, Autopsy Simulator, Call of Duty, Command and Conquer, Company of Heroes 1, 2, and 3, Cyberpunk, Dying Light, Everspace, Ghost Recon, War Game, Headquarters is a world. Homeworld 3, I've been waiting 20 years for this game. Infection Free Zone is a zombie game. Manor Lords, everybody knows Manor Lords is an amazing city builder. Men of War 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Pirate Adventure Game, Sniper, Star Trek, Star Wars, Starcraft, Uncharted. This is brand new, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Oh my God, what an amazing game. Insanely amazing. Wow, I love that game. It's crazy. I'm going to be playing it for a couple of hours tonight after the live stream. But playing it on my computer, this thing just kicks butt, let me tell you. It is a supercomputer when it comes to playing video games. There is a motorcycle event tomorrow, but I can't go. I do have one class tomorrow, late in the day, so I don't want. I'm tired. I was up late Friday night, and I'm gonna be up late tonight, and I got a ton of things to do tomorrow. A lot of like paperwork, administrative work. I have to prepare for this new class that I'm teaching, and it's really a big class. It's a group class. I'm actually presenting for an hour, and the first time my voice was gone at the end of the thing because I don't usually talk for an hour. I mean, I talk with you guys, but this thing was difficult. I wasn't used to it, but I have another 2 weeks of this, so I have to prepare for that. And they're paying me an insane amount of money for it too. So if I do really well in this session, the next one I can ask for even more money, because and here's the funny thing, all I did was use ChatGTP. It was so easy to prepare the document, the syllabus, because I just asked ChatGTP. You have to learn how to use the prompts properly. So I said, I'm an English teacher. I teach English as a second language. I am teaching an Indonesian team to communicate with a Korean team in English. They're intermediate to advanced speakers, but I'd like to focus on the issues that might occur. Number one, culture. Number two, vocabulary. Number three, accent. Please provide a syllabus for a 1 hour class. And it spit out perfect. I sent that to the manager, and the manager was ecstatic. He said, this is exactly what we wanted. Did no work. I did no work. 30 seconds in ChatGTP. Oh my gosh. So I need to just fine tune it and take it from ChatGTP and put it into a presentation. And I need to do it for the Taiwanese team, and there's 2 other teams I need to work on to change the accent and vocabulary from Indonesian to those different countries. And ChatGTP answers perfectly. It understands, what the difference between Indonesian culture and accent is. It answered it perfectly. I loved it. I mean, I knew the answers. I just didn't want to have to write it out on my own. I just wanted to copy and paste it. And before, what we used to do was just go on to Google and find it on Google and just copy and paste it from Google. But here, I just asked ChatGTP to do it. So it was great. It was easy. I really enjoyed it. What else is going on? Well, we're getting up to the last hour here. And I want to say thank you again for those of you who are continuing to watch right now. Lots of appreciative love to that. What we're going to wrap up with today is just a little rant, I guess, a little rant. We got the election coming up here in Sri Lanka in a I think September, October. I'm already seeing commercials in my Instagram and my Facebook for the current president saying, oh, he did a good job, you should vote for him. So it's interesting because I've never been political in the last 20 years. I stopped voting about 20 years ago. And I've said this before, I can legally vote in 3 countries, Canada, South Korea, and Sri Lanka. As a permanent resident in South Korea, I can vote. Can't vote for president, I can vote for my local politician, local city, and local federal. Like my district representative. So I haven't voted because I haven't seen a need. But because I'm back in Sri Lanka and because of the current political and economic situation, I think it's important that I vote. So, I'm talking with Mom, I'm talking with Desmond, I'm looking at stuff online, and I'm thinking, you look at what's going on here, what's going on in America, what's going on in Canada, what happened in the UK, and it's just like, people get so emotional over politics, and at the end of the day, the reality is, it really doesn't make a difference. Whether it's one side or the other, they're both going to screw you. Because the leader of the country isn't the one that's really making the decisions. The leader of the country is padding the government for the next election, right? Because it's the MPs, the governors, the parliament that really controls things. They're the ones that decide whether things move forward or not. I mean, a president or prime minister cannot just unilaterally decide we're going to do this. They can through executive orders, of course, and it's been done before, but that only lasts a short time. And, you can't change the Constitution. But, the thing is that I heard this one time, and I say this all the time. If voting changed anything, then the government would ban it. And, people always say, oh, well, if you don't vote, you don't have a say. Well, that's not entirely true. I have a right to not vote. And if I choose to not vote, that doesn't disallow my voice, because under the Constitution, it says I have freedom of speech, right? Doesn't mean I have freedom of speech only if I vote. That's not what the Constitution says, okay? So when people say, well, if you didn't vote, you don't have a right to say anything. No, I do have a right. It's in the Constitution, so don't tell me I don't have a right. Okay? Only in Australia, well, not only in Australia, but Australia is one of the few countries in the world where you have to vote, which I think most countries should do. You have to register, and then you have to vote. So the politics there is a little bit different. The politics there isn't mudslinging. The politics there is getting people, convincing the undecided minority, which swings because it's 48% and 48% in Australia, as it is in most countries. In America, and it's usually 48-48, and it's that little swing that goes back and forth. Getting those people to decide on you. So it's not mudslinging where it says, oh, if you don't vote for me, you're going to lose this, 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 and this. It's vote for me and I'll do this for you. That's how it works in Australia, which I think is the best way to do it, right? So, I really hate politics. It's just gotten to be so silly, so stupid. Because if you think that the government is there for you, then you're a bigger clown than they are. Honestly, because come on, think about it. Think into the past and look at what the government has done in the past and lied to you. People forget. They forget 4 years ago, 5 years ago, what the government promised and then never did. They only remember what's happening right now, what the recent past. They don't think about what they promised 5 years ago. The government only listens to you during election time. Other times, they don't care. They do what they want. Because they're in power. They don't care. Now they have to kowtow to the donors. Right? So this is what happens every single election cycle. So we're coming up to an election, so the government is now going to spend my tax dollars on pork, right? On programs to benefit the taxpayer at the expense of the taxpayers. So they'll cut taxes, they'll cut gas tax or cigarette tax or alcohol tax. Oh, I'm spending less, yay, government. But that money has to be recouped someplace else next year. Okay? So they throw away all this money, my tax dollars, on austerity, on pork, on infrastructure, on government programs or what have you, right? To curry favor with the majority of the people who are the middle class or lower middle class. They'll pander to those people, right? Because they have short-term memories. Right? It's us in the upper middle and upper class who remember what our tax dollars are being paid to. Okay? I'm stereotyping, okay? I'm just doing generalities here. I'm not picking on anyone. But what I have seen over the course of 50 years, okay, being alive for 55 years and looking at politics over the last 40 years, I've been able to vote for 38 years, right? I see it every cycle. The government will spend money, my tax dollars, to try to get elected. They lose. The new party comes in and tears apart everything that the previous government did, which is my tax dollars being thrown away. And then they spend the next 2 years spending my money to try to get reelected again. So it's just a vicious cycle, right? And that's the problem. I don't think that government should be 4 or 5 years. I think it should be 10, 20, 40 years. It takes a generation to change a country, not 4 years, okay? That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard of. Trying to change a society in 4 years, 5 years. Because all they do is fight for that power, to try to shift. It's like a tug of war. They're trying to shift the line. And you can't, because the mindset of the people is set in stone. It takes a generation to move that line. And they're trying to move it in 4 years. You can't. I mean, sensitive topics like healthcare, socialist education, biology, you know what I'm talking about. All of those different things, education, social, biology, all of those things are very sensitive to people. Religion, they're all sensitive to people. And you can't change a person's mind in 4 years. You need to do it generationally. And anyone who disagrees with me, I mean, come on. You agree. You're not going to change your ideology, your religion, or your political view. You're not going to change that. Okay? But over time, that majority will shift slowly. Hence, I mean, just look at where we are right now with, before 1967 in North America, it was illegal for interracial marriage. Before the 1950s, women couldn't vote. Women couldn't get a credit card. My mother could not get a credit card in Canada when she came to Canada in the 1970s. She had to get my dad's permission. But you tell that to some woman today, nobody would stand for that. You know, so generationally things change. I'm not saying that the direction we're going in right now is the right direction. I have some political views right now that are contrary to the general population, but I'm going to keep those to myself because it's not nobody's business. And I keep my mouth shut because I don't want I don't want to be canceled. But I have some, you know, I'm old school. I believe in the things that, you know, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway, the reality is that it takes a generation to change. So you look at countries that, and then people say, well, we want to live in a free society. Are you really free? Think about it. When was the last time you exercised your right to free speech? And when I mean free speech, I don't mean you have the right to say what you want whenever you want. You don't. You come into my home and you try to tell me something I don't like, I can tell you to leave. Because that's private property. You have the right to free speech on public property. You have the right to free speech without the government telling you no. Me as a private citizen, I can tell you no. If you are living in my house, okay, and you're on private property, you cannot say what you want if you are living under my house under my rules. If you are working in my company, and it's a private company, not a public company, you cannot say what you want. You do not have that right. Let's pretend in America or Canada, which has the freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You cannot exercise that right in private property. It's illegal. Not illegal. It's not illegal to do that. In Korea, I can legally discriminate against you, legally, for any reason I want on private, not on public, because there is no discrimination law in South Korea. I have done it. I have discriminated against people because of their age or their ethnicity. Not by my choice, but by my owner's choice. Okay? There is an age limit at the club. When I was at the club, when I was running the club, there's an age limit. Now, I could, on occasion, authorize people to enter if they were super VIPs. If they were people I knew personally who were spending a lot of money, they were allowed in. Okay? But generally, security would not let somebody in over the age of 30 because we were a younger club. They wouldn't let, predominantly, there were certain foreigners they didn't let in. I'm not going to go into it for the reasons behind it, but it's perfectly legal. It's not discrimination because there's no discrimination laws in South Korea. It's called the right to business. And the business has the right to operate the business the way they choose to. And in America and Canada, they have the same law. They can't discriminate, but they can refuse service. They have the right to refuse service. And because it's private property, they can ask you to leave at any time. And you have to leave. There's no reason they have to give. Now, public property, like a post office or a federal building, they have to give you a reason to trespass. You have to be committing a crime. That's the difference. All of the rights that you have, the constitutional rights in any country, are public rights, not private. Okay? Now, there are laws governing private businesses, but they're different than the Constitution. The Constitution is public, not private. So people need to remember that you're not free. You're not. And a lot of Western countries now are shaming people who choose to exercise their rights to challenge others and shaming them. And the mass media and the public all choose to err on the side of, I don't want to say political correctness, but you know what I'm talking about. It's getting ridiculous to the point where I'm like, I thank goodness I don't live in the West. Because somebody came up to me and said this or that, I would be like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, I have never been right-wing or conservative. I've been middle. I've been liberal. You know, I'm more liberal because you do whatever you want. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. I couldn't care less. Just don't tell me what to do. Okay? And don't tell me how to live. You can do whatever you want. But don't tell me. You can parade around the street. You can go open whatever kind of business you want. You can do whatever you want. I'm perfectly fine with it. You know what? If I don't want to see it, I won't go there. If I don't want to participate, I won't look. If I don't want to hear it on the radio, I'll change the channel. If I don't want to see it on the internet, I'll change the website. It's that's called freedom. The freedom to choose or the freedom to not choose. But don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do. Don't force me, okay? But I should not tell you what to do. Okay? You can do what you want, and if I don't want to see it, I can look away. And I'm not here to save other people. Oh, but my children will see it. No, my children won't see it because I will not go. I will not have TV. I will not have radio or internet. I will put the security and the blocks on to prevent. I will teach them the way I want to teach them. Public school is public. They can teach whatever they want, whatever the government wants to teach them. If I don't want them learning it, I'll teach them at home or send them to private school. So, you know, that is where the world is. And I thank goodness that I live in a very conservative country, where, in even South Korea, very conservative country, people don't tolerate crap. But, you know, it's getting to the point where I honestly don't care anymore. You can blow up the world, I couldn't care less. I live in a country where we'll probably be the last people to survive the zombie apocalypse, you know, if that ever happens, because we're so isolated, you know. But I digress. Anyway, I just want to wrap up and say, you know, we need to focus on our little world. And I'm glad that you guys are here with me to share in this little world of mine, which is my family, my friends, and you guys. And I hope that you can see that living this retired lifestyle, whether it's here in Sri Lanka or some other, you know, small island, you can carve out a little piece of sanity for yourself, and you can build your own life, your own world. You don't need to change the world. You just need to create the world you want. And that's what I wanted to point out in this little rant I had, is that if you want to live happy, don't try to change everyone else. Create the world you want where you want it. Buy yourself a little piece of land on an island, and then close yourself off from the rest of the world. Don't have internet, don't have radio or television, and just live life on a beach. That's the perfect sanity. I love it. I do it all the time. Living here in Sri Lanka is the perfect thing. I don't watch TV. I don't watch news. If I didn't teach a class to adults using the news as part of that lesson, I would have no idea what's going on in the world. Zero. There was a debate. I had no idea that there was a presidential debate. I had no idea because I don't watch the news. Mom is constantly watching the news. Sam, did you see the news on this and that? No, I don't, because I don't watch the news. I watch Korean news because that's what I have, and because I watch Korean news, they do put a little bit of U.S. news, but I'm really not interested in it. I couldn't care less what goes on a place number one, I don't live in, Number 2, I'm not a citizen. Number 3, I'll never go. Why should I care what's going on? Why should I even discuss it? Because it's negative. Don't put negativity in your life. Live happy. I mean, I have it tattooed right here. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. When you talk about stupidness, you're bringing it into your life. Talk about nice things. Food, family, fun. Beach, buffet, bar. Those are the 3 joys in my life. Okay? Flying, family, food. Okay? I am so excited and looking forward to my vacation. And people say, well, you know, you're semi-retired and you live on a tropical island. Exactly. Because it's not, I don't consider it a vacation, I consider it an extension of my retirement. Because I get to see my friends. Which is another beautiful thing about living life, is having close friends. You know, I'm spending a week with Lady Sarah. It's going to be just phenomenal. The things I have planned to do. Going to see elephants, she's never done. Going to shoot real guns, neither of us have done that. ATV in the jungle, that's going to be amazing. Going to a cooking class, that's going to be so much fun, right? Going to private islands. I've found a boat captain that I'm going to hire for the whole week, and he's already indicated he knows some secret islands that he's going to take us to. There's nobody, and that's what Sarah loves. She loves that. She thinks it's the most amazing thing. When we were in Pattaya, you guys saw the video where we found a private island. We were the only people there. There was like maybe 4 people on the whole beach. It was incredible. It was so great that we went 3 times there. I loved it. Loved it. What else are we going to do? We're going to go, I'm renting a cruiser motorcycle. I already spoke to the guy. I got her, and none of this she knows. This is all going to be a surprise to her. She's going to love that. I'm going to see the look on her face when she sees what we're doing. She doesn't even know where we're staying, right? I got us a rooftop luxury penthouse where we can see the whole bay. It's going to be so beautiful. And then we're going to go to a rooftop, a mountain view restaurant for dinner. I'm going to do that once. I found a whole bunch of restaurants where we can go. I found a whole bunch of resorts that we can go through daytime to like relax and enjoy. Not just sitting on the beach, but actually, you know, a resort pool and stuff like that. So like daytime, we're going to be sitting on beaches and pools. You know, nighttime, we're going to be doing adventures. And 3 of the days, we're going to be doing day trips. We're going to the Emerald Pools, which are like these hot springs and like clear blue, clear green rivers and like ponds and stuff. That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Like it's 9-10 days. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I can't wait. Can't wait. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us today. I truly, truly appreciate it. Please comment, like, share, and I'm going to see you guys all on the other side. I want to say thank you again for joining. I appreciate the love, the support, and next week, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Sunday, but keep an eye out on the channel. Please subscribe and like. And join me on Facebook or Instagram as Sri Lankan Sammi, and keep up to date with what's going on. Let me know what you guys want to hear or find out more about. I truly appreciate your time. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi, retired with Mom and Dad. I will see you all on the other side. Lots of love to you.